Part of my channel efforts are to not only send out these reports, which I've just started doing, but also doing some commentary on the process, on some of the things I've learned, or maybe something that I need to study more, or, maybe opening up more of a dialogue with the audience as well. But let me start by setting the record straight, because I'm not a personality, I'm not an influencer or a politician. My worth isn't tied to wealth, especially since I don't have any wealth. My self-value, it comes from the people I help, and it also comes from the good that I strive to do. And that's not hyperbole. It's how I've lived my life. I've served in combat. I've been elected to public office twice. And at every stage of my life, I've aimed to contribute meaningfully to society, not just through donations, but through the simple yet powerful act of just being a decent human being to others. I'm what happens when someone dedicates themselves to serving their community and their country without ulterior motives. I've never accepted a dime from anyone for my campaigns. I've been attacked, insulted, conspired against, and threatened. And those threats didn't stop with me. My family also got them. Politicians I initially thought were kind and principled lacked the moral courage to do the right thing when it truly mattered. For someone like me who doesn't aspire to personal wealth or political gain, you quickly become a threat to the establishment. I know that sounds like a cliche, but it is the truth, even at the lower levels. When you've been behind the curtain and you see how things operate, the last thing those establishment figures want is for you to retain your credibility. I know this firsthand. It's what happened to me, and it's what happens to any independent candidate who makes real headway. The system adapts and creates rules to make it harder for independents to compete in future elections, or even within parties. You see that with Bernie Sanders back in, 2016. It's nearly impossible to get ahead in the political arena. Over the years, I've become burned out, distrustful, and unable to serve in most organized capacities. Decades in the trenches have taken their toll on this guy. Still, I can't help but contribute. I have a compulsion to do so. The world has been in a constant state of transformation. It's headed towards oligarchy. I've quite literally been on the front lines in combat and in politics on a local and a state level. I don't have the energy to be on the front lines anymore because it was brutal. I just can't do it. But I still have a brain and a drive to make a difference because we are headed down a crazy path. That's what this project's about, and I hope you'll join me on this journey. My first report was a trial run and a way to build some momentum and reestablish my discipline in studying and doing some research. Healthcare and health insurance dominate the minds of many Americans today, including me, so tackling pharmaceutical prices felt like an obvious starting point. Martin Shkreli, the unapologetic pharmaceutical executive notorious for his greed, became my subject. Even after his time in prison, he remains remorseless. He doesn't care about anyone but himself. I feel good about the job I did presenting the facts in the report, but I'm especially grateful for the independent fact checker who signed on to keep me accurate and focused. This person's contribution gave me a solid foundation to build on and gave me plenty of insight into deeper issues worth exploring. For example, through this fact check, I identified 2 areas I wanted to delve further into. The regulatory environment that enables such price manipulations and the broader trends within the pharmaceutical industry. I'll be covering those in hopefully the near future. Looking ahead on the channel, I want to draw a line between my reports and my commentary. My reports should be grounded in facts and free of sensationalism. I'll do my best there, and you guys are more than welcome to correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm just a regular dude. I don't have the time to know everything about everything. My commentary, on the other hand, is where my personality and perspectives will shine through. This first report was just the beginning, and with each new piece, I'm striving to improve and refine my approach and tackle increasingly complex topics. I hope my journey inspires others to think critically and engage meaningfully in the world around us. So here's to the next step. Let's see where the road takes us.